Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I've got several videos for you tonight. The first one is with Judge Nova Washington Hill. The second one is with Judge Villarreal in Texas, both of those. And then I think I have 3 or 4, I think it might be 4 traffic ones that are they're all pretty good. So with Judge Chisholm. I will let you guys watch.
Could the parties please raise your right hands? Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Mr. Brooks?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Ochoa?
Yes.
You may both lower your hands. And Ms. Wilson, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. We're hearing a suit affecting the parent-child relationship. The parties agreed to medical, dental, and child support, but they're in a disagreement to retroactive and visitation. If I can state the terms of the proposed order and take testimonies from the parties.
You may.
There's one child before this court, Amelia Brooks. I'd like to offer into evidence what's been marked for identification purpose as State's Exhibit A, the acknowledgement of paternity, filed with the state's petition on February 22nd of 2025.
State's Exhibit A is admitted.
The parties agreed to be made joint managing conservators. Parties agreed that mom is to determine the child's residence within Dallas or any surrounding counties. As far as visitation, mom's requesting that the visits be supervised by her mother, and for the supervision to occur indefinitely. Mr. Brooks is requesting standard visits. As far as support, parties agree that mom is to maintain or apply for private health and dental insurance. Parties agree that Mr. Brooks is to pay cash medical of $197 monthly beginning June 1st.
Is that private health and dental insurance through her employer?
No, through another source.
Through another source? Okay. Hold on one second. And it's $197 a month?
Yes, for the cash medical.
Okay.
Parties agree that Mr. Brooks is to pay cash dental of $10 monthly beginning June 1st of 2025. Parties agree that Mr. Brooks is to pay child support of $362 monthly beginning June 1st of 2025 for costs as billed to Mr. Brooks. That's the extent of the terms of the proposed order. If I may call the parties.
You may.
I call the mother. Ma'am, can you please state your full name?
Mirna Elizabeth Ochoa Alvarado.
Did you hear the terms of the order stated to the court?
Yes.
Did you understand the terms?
I'm sorry?
Did you understand the terms?
Yes.
And are you in agreement with the terms as far as the medical, conservatorship, child support, and believe they're in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
I pass the witness and I call Mr. Brooks.
You may.
Sir, can you please state your full name?
Burley Dwayne Brooks Jr.
Did you hear the terms of the order that was stated to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the terms?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you in agreement with the terms and believe they're in the best interest of your child?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Are you in agreement with the terms as far as medical support, child support, conservatorship?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you believe that's in the best interest of your child, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Could I receive documentations on that?
We can get to that in a moment. I pass the witness, Your Honor, and I recall the mother.
You may.
Ma'am, how old is your child?
She is 4 years old. She'll be 5 next month.
And when was the last time that Mr. Brooks saw your daughter?
So it was last year around, I believe, September.
It was December 30th.
Mr. Brooks, right now we're just questioning Ms. Ochoa. When it's your turn, you can tell us anything you want us to know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Wilson.
Can you repeat the last time Mr. Brooks saw your daughter?
So that I recall it was September or October. But if he says it's December 3rd, I don't have access to my phone that I had then. So I'm not sure if that was the date.
I don't believe I heard the year you said.
Of 2024.
Okay, perfect. Are you requesting that the visits be supervised by your mother
Yes,
at your home? Okay. And like the supervision to occur on Saturdays from 12 noon to 6 p.m.?
yes.
Are you requesting that the supervision occur indefinitely?
So my concern was more if it was to go standard, if he has a stable place to be. For the most part, in the past, when he would take her for visits, he would take her to houses where they would smoke while she was there, or it was just like a lot of men in the place. And I don't think that would be a safe environment for my daughter.
Okay. Um, do you have a time period of when you would want the supervision to stop?
Um, so I like we had spoke about the 6 months and then 3 month.
So you want there to be step downs before it goes to standard?
Yes,
Okay. So then you want 6 months supervised by your mother from the Saturdays 12 noon to 6 p.m.
yes,
And then once he completes that, for it to step down to 12 noon to 5 p.m. on Sundays and non-supervised. Is that correct?
correct.
And then after that, then it goes down to standard visits.
Yes.
Okay. Um, apart from like the smoking and the stable environments, is there any other safety concerns you have with Mr. Brooks seeing his daughter?
I think it would just be like as far as not being in that environment where there was maybe like smoke, or just a lot of men in her presence. Also, her nutrition. A lot of times when she would come back home, I would ask her what she had eaten. She'll say he only gave her chips and candy. So, like knowing that she is eating meals with protein, fruit, vegetables.
Okay. Um, as far as the retroactive that you're requesting a retroactive back child support from August 2nd, 2021 until today's date, and that's May 16th of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you're requesting a judgment amount of $16,052 as of May 16th of 2025.
yes,
And the judgment amount gives him credit for 600 total that he paid to you within that time frame.
correct.
And you want Mr. Brooks to pay the $16,052 judgment back at $130 monthly, beginning
Yes.
June 1st. Okay.
Yes, so during that time, I didn't receive any help from him. If I would ask him for help, it was more of a like contradiction that he would give me, and he would say like most of the time he has to take care of himself first before he is able to give me anything. If I would ask for like money for groceries, he would not. He would sometimes give her shoes, and I would tell him she can't eat shoes. Um, from there, if we had a phone line together, he hardly gave me money for his phone. So if he did give me, it was just covering his phone bill. Um, from there, also, I had her in daycare. He didn't work for a while, so I would ask him to help me take care of her. He did not. He always said he had like a class or somewhere to be that he couldn't take care of her. So I had to put her in daycare. I paid $214 a week for daycare because I didn't qualify
Your
for
Honor,
it.
I'm just going to object to non-responsive.
Objection sustained. Ms. Ochoa, just answer the questions Ms. Wilson asked you.
Okay.
I'm just going to repeat the question, ma'am. You're requesting that he pays the judgment back at $130 monthly, beginning June 1st of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor, and I recall Mr. Brooks.
You may.
Sir, you did hear Ms. Ochoa testimony regarding you smoking in your home environment being unstable. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I heard everything.
Okay. Have you smoked any illegal substances around your child when she's in your presence?
No, ma'am. I want to state this. First and foremost, I care and love. First and foremost, I want y'all to know, like, I love and care about my daughter so much. And when she's with me, her well-being is at the center of every decision I make. So my daughter's with me. I'm protective over her. I love my daughter with everything in me. Her family knows that. Everyone around me knows that. And for her to say this thing about me being unstable, I've always had my daughter, and I've never had my daughter around drugs, nothing, any of that nature. Like her family, they shoot guns, they snort powder, they drink alcohol, but that's I like my daughter. But that's what they have on their side. On my side, I don't have that stuff on my side of on the side of my family. When she's saying that I have my daughter around people that guys that smoke and do stuff like that, she's bringing up an instance for me bringing my daughter to around my cousins to a family party or something like that, or a gathering, and you call my phone, you say, hey, I want my daughter over at your family, do this and that. I'm gonna get my daughter away from that. But me, I'm not a violent person. We've never been in any domestic situation. I never put my hands on her or my daughter. I've never been violent verbally to this woman before.
Your Honor, I'm just gonna object to non-responsive at this
I'm
point.
sorry.
Okay. No problem, Mr. Brooks. Just answer Ms. Wilson's questions. Your next question, Ms. Wilson.
Okay, Mr. Brooks, you're requesting that your visits be standard, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. It's no reason in the world why I shouldn't have standard visits. I'm not a violent person. I don't have a bad background. I'm a great person, and the people of Dallas can tell you that. Her family can tell you that. My family can tell you that.
Okay, as far as retroactive back child support, are you requesting that you not pay any retroactive back child support?
I'm requesting that I don't. Like Valerie, when we was talking in the other room,
Okay.
I had stated when she told you that I only paid her $600.
I'll get to that in a moment, Mr.
Okay.
Brooks. Okay. Can you explain why you're requesting that you pay no retroactive back child support? Have you provided any kind of support to her
Yes,
within the time period?
Yes, I have. And when I decided to bring this, we here because of me, because I haven't seen my daughter since December 3rd, and there's no reason in the world why should not be in my daughter's life. So,
Okay, Mr. Brooks, let me ask you some questions. How much money did you give her during that period of time?
from 2021 to 2025,
Yes.
dollars. I support my daughter every month, every way.
Tell me what you gave her.
About $30,000 to $40,000.
How did you, in what form?
And it was taken care of. Like I was professional. I was fighting actively. I haven't fought in 2 years.
I'm not talking about what you were doing. I don't care about how you were getting the money. What I want to know is, what did you give her mother for her support? Just tell me that.
Diapers, Pampers, clothes. She lived with her mother her whole life. They still live in her mother's house. So the house is owned by her father. So there's no bills in there.
You keep telling me. Okay, so you keep telling me other stuff, Mr. Brooks.
I supported my daughter. I paid for my daughter.
I need you. One second.
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to just listen to my question, and I need you to answer my question. Okay. My question is, how much money did you give her? When did you guys separate? I mean, did y'all ever live? Y'all never lived together.
We lived with each other for a shorter period of time when I just came.
Okay, but since y'all separated, how much money have you given her for the support of your daughter?
About $10,000 since we
separated. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. About $10,000. How did you give it to her? Did you sell it, cash app it, give her cash, write a check?
I have all of it here. I have Apple payments, I have cash app payments, and I have proof of text messages for me giving her money too in cash.
Okay. And that money was for your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you buy your daughter things?
Yes, ma'am. Always. Over her mom.
Okay. No, yes or no, Mr. Brooks?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I love my daughter. Yes, ma'am.
What did you buy?
Clothes, shoes, food, toys, Christmas for my daughter. Her mom used to have to tell me to stop buying stuff because I buy too much.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, Ms. Wilson?
No further questions, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Okay. Do you want to recall mom?
Yes, I recall the mother.
Okay.
Ma'am, we did hear Mr. Brooks' testimony of providing about $10,000 from 2021 up to today's date. Did you receive that $10,000? Not all at once, but did you receive any of that via Cash App, Zelle, or anything in that nature?
So like I stated, most of the time, if he was sending me money, it would cover the phone bill that we had together. We had a phone line together. Other than that, sometimes he would cash at me, but he would ask me to send it to another person. If not, I would let him borrow money and he would return it. Other than him buying her material things, which were not many, he did not provide money like that. I tried to come to an agreement with him when my daughter was in daycare. Like I stated, I was paying $214 a week, which totaled to like 850 something a month.
Okay.
I asked him to pay at least 600 a month.
Miss-
He never,
Miss-
not 1 month did he give me $600. Not
Okay.
one.
Anything
So-
further, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I'll pass the
Okay.
items.
Then I will accept the agreed portions of this order, make the agreed portions the order of the court. I will order standard visitation, and I will order a retroactive child support judgment of $8,052. Order that judgment paid at $85 a month. All start dates will be June 1st, 2025. Does anyone have any questions?
Mr. Judge, I have one question for you, Ms. Noble. When will I be able to see my daughter? That's the only thing I care about. I spend any money.
Hold on, Mr. Brooks. Mr.
Anything.
Brooks. The order says you get to see your daughter every first, third, and fifth weekends of the month from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Sunday. There are also provisions for all major holidays, Mother's Day and Father's Day, the child's birthday. Anything they thought y'all were gonna argue over, they put it in the schedule. So,
Okay.
hold on, let me finish. So I don't know what weekend this is, but you start with the Fridays. So you go the first Friday, the third Friday, the fifth Friday. That'll let you know when you get to see her, okay?
Yes.
What I am going to say, Mr. Brooks, is this. You're right. You are charged with protecting your daughter from all hurt, harm, and danger. That is your responsibility when she is with you. So, therefore, she should not be around people smoking illegal substances. She should not be in an environment where she's the only little girl and there are a bunch of men. So when you have her for the weekend, you might not get to go to a family gathering. Okay? You might have to stay at home. Okay?
Yes,
Now, I'm
ma'am.
not saying that she doesn't get to meet your family and that she doesn't get to be around your family. But if you take her around your family and there's nothing there but men or everybody smoking, that might be a cue for you to leave. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. And yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Ms. Nova. And I understand what you're saying. And but what she was saying about me having my daughter around the house full of men, I'm not that type of guy.
Mr. Brooks, I didn't say I believed her. I gave you standard visitation, didn't I?
Yes, ma'am.
I just gave you some advice. That's all I did.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to go back over the retro. You said it's $8,052,
Yes.
and then the payback $85 monthly.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Nova, will I be able to test against that because I've taken care of my daughter since she came out the womb?
Mister, if you just give me a second, I'm getting ready to tell you everything you need to do. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now that I've made my ruling, if you don't agree with it, if you don't like it, if you think it's not fair, you have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. This is out of the 256th District Court. That is Judge Sandra Street. She might have a different opinion of mine. You would appeal to her. If you need the instructions on how to appeal, the Attorney General's office will email them to you. Now that I've given you that information, does anyone have any questions?
Ms. Valerie, are you the Attorney General that I should speak to on their behalf of getting that appeal?
I can go ahead and send you the information.
She'll send you the information on how you appeal. She doesn't appeal it for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Nova.
all right,
Judge, thank you, Judge Nova.
all right. Thank you both for appearing here today, and you are both free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you, Miss.
One more question.
Hold on, Miss Ochoa, before you go. Yes, sir.
You said it's every first and third, fifth Friday, right? So I count the Fridays, starting
Count
from
the
today.
Fridays. You start with the Fridays.
So
Yes, sir.
today's Friday. If it's that Friday, can I get it today?
You have visitation. I'm telling you, you have visitation every first, third, and fifth weekends of
It's
the
the
month.
third Friday. I'll get it today.
Okay.
All right. I'll be at her school today, and I would like to be added back onto her school so I can pick her up and everything too.
The order probably already states that, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything further?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
Okay, I do want to let him know she has already been picked up from school because of early release.
Okay. Is there a way that I can
My
see it
mom will
today?
be home. My mom will probably be home like by 5. Well, today, they'll probably get home like they should be home for sure by 5.
Okay, you can just unblock my number and I'll text you when
I
I'm in.
don't have you blocked.
Okay, y'all can take this conversation offline and talk to each other. I did not grant a non-disclosure. Nobody asked for a non-disclosure, so all of her information should be in the order when you get it, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else? All right. Thank you. You all free to go.
Court is back in session and we are on the record. This is Jose Adrian Castillo versus Tommy Gomez, cause number 2025 FLE 695C3. President person is Counsel Arce, counsel for Jose Adrian Castillo, who is present and participating by video conference, and respondent Tommy Gomez is present in person. The court has heard the agreement of the parties with regard to all issues, save and except for international travel. Mr. Arce, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, there was just one other issue I wanted to place on the record, Judge, or one other agreement. It was that the child is to have visitation with my client Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. until the child reaches 3 years old, Judge.
Fridays at what time?
8 to 6, and Saturday's the same, Judge, 8 to 6.
AM, PMs?
Yes, Your Honor.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Correct, Your Honor.
I understand. All right. Who is your Mr. Castillo, Ms. Gomez? I'm going to ask that you both raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Both have answered yes. You may lower your hands. Mr. Arce, let's try to do this in the next 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge. I'd like to call my client, Your Honor, Mr. Castillo.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Please state your name.
Yes, sir. Jose Adrian Castillo.
Mr. Castillo, there was one issue pending as to the agreement, and that was to have the child travel outside of the United States into Mexico. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
And what were your concerns, if any, for the child traveling into Mexico, Mr. Castillo?
The concerns were that right now I would not be able to go with the child into Mexico. As far as I understand as well, the Mrs. Gomez won't be actually going to Mexico with the child as well. I also have a Mexico travel advisory from the travelstate.gov. Tamaulipas is one of the areas where they have made a travel advisory due to crime, homicide, and kidnapping.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Castillo, you have that travel advisory, or how are you aware of that, or what's your employment?
My employment is I'm a border patrol agent with the Laredo North sector in the Laredo North station. Sometimes when we have muster, and muster is basically when you get there and they assign your daily roles assignment for the day. Right before it ends, they always say, hey, just be aware that there's a travel advisory into Tamaulipas or into certain states of going into Mexico, and to also check the travel state of the advisory for going into Mexico through travelstate.gov.
And to your understanding, can or can the mother of the child, Ms. Gomez, travel into Mexico with the child?
As to my understanding, no.
And why is that? Or do you know if she's got, let me ask you this, do you know if she has any status in the United States?
I suspect that she may not.
So basically, if she were to travel with your child into Mexico, is your fear that she would not be able to return with your child from Mexico to the United States?
Yes, sir.
So are you asking this court that there'd be a limit to travel within the United States?
Yes, sir.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Gomez, do you have any questions for Mr. Castillo?
No.
No. Mr. Arce, do you have any other witnesses?
I'd like to call Ms. Gomez, Judge.
Go ahead.
Ms. Gomez, do you have the ability to travel outside of the United States with your daughter?
You mean to go and come back?
Yes.
No.
No.
So if your daughter were to travel with someone, who would they travel with?
Con alguien de mi confianza.
Somebody of my trust.
But no one that she's related to, is that right?
No, el único familiar que tiene es su papá.
No, the only family member that she has is her father.
And in reference to traveling into Mexico, where did you want the child to travel to?
Like I mentioned earlier, my mother's from Veracruz, and she would travel to Nuevo Laredo so she can get to know her and meet her, and then she would go back.
But someone other than yourself would have to travel with your daughter, correct?
Excuse me?
That someone other than yourself would have to travel with your daughter to see your mother.
Yes, like I mentioned, I don't have any other family, and the only family that my daughter has is her father.
And we did speak about the fact that Mexico is under a travel advisory from the United States. You recall that?
I don't understand your question.
That do you believe that Mexico has a high crime rate, and that is why there's a travel advisory to Mexico?
That is something
Aquí a Nuevo Laredo.
that is the reason my mother would travel to Nuevo Laredo, and like I had already spoken to the father. There's no other family, and that is the reason she would travel to Nuevo Laredo.
I have no other questions of the witness, Judge.
Ms. Gomez, what would you like to tell the court with regard to possible travel, international travel into Mexico? What do you want the court to know?
The only support I've had for the last 11 months has been my mother at a distance, and I had already spoken to the father of my daughter that I wanted to go back, and then he told me I couldn't go back. I shouldn't go back. I just want the family to get to know her. I understand the situation. They've only met her through video conferences, but I understand the situation. The only thing that I want is my mother to meet her granddaughter. I mean, we could do it in El Laredo. We could do it at halfway at the bridge. I just want her to meet her.
Your Honor, if I may.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, I've tried to help out before all this. This is why I got a lawyer. I've tried to help out before, and it's not the first time, but there was a time when she told me, if you ever come looking for us, I'm going to call the cops on you. And she gave me that threat. And it's not the first time she's done that. So I've tried to help her out when I came to find out, and I tried to, but she threatened to call the cops on me if I were to go looking for my daughter, if I were to come near her. So I don't know why she's saying that she's been alone for 11 months. I've tried to help her. I have messages showing that I've tried helping
No,
her.
but let's assume you're right. Let's assume that you've tried and you've reached out and you've sent money. How does that help the court make a decision as to whether international travel is appropriate or inappropriate?
Well, Your Honor, I'm worried about my daughter. I don't want her going into a separate country.
Well, I understand that, and that's relevant, but whether you've helped out or not is completely irrelevant whether your daughter travels into Mexico or any other international destination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just let me ask you, Ms. Gomez, anything else you want to tell the court?
My only fear is that you told me that she can never go. Maybe you can tell us that she can go when she reaches a certain age, and that's basically my only fear, that she never gets to meet them.
Hmm. All right. Anything else from any side?
Your Honor, only that it is a safety concern, Judge. As she had mentioned, the only other person that she has here is a respondent, Judge. And the I'm sorry, the petitioner, Judge, which is my client, Mr. Castillo, and Mr. Castillo, Judge, as per his employment, I feel that it is a safety concern for him to travel into Mexico, Judge, and so does he. Being that he is Border Patrol, Judge, if he's the only person able to travel into Mexico with a child, you know, it would put the child and my client at risk. That's our feeling, Judge. And by her own testimony, Your Honor, she has no one else to travel with the child. So basically, she's saying, look, a non-relative to have the child travel with a non-relative into Mexico, which again, Your Honor, as testified to by my client, there's a travel advisory into Nuevo Laredo, into Veracruz, where she's from, Judge. All these things, Your Honor, put the child at risk, and we feel that it's not in the best interest of the child to go through that and go through Mexico with a non-parent, Your Honor. And that's basically what the request of the respondent is, Judge, to send the child into Mexico with a non-family member, non-parent, and travel, and basically in hopes that somebody can bring her back, Judge, because we have heard no testimony from the other side that who is going to return the child. And that's always been my client's concern, Judge, is that the child goes into Mexico, and as stated, Judge, she's made threats in the past. And I think one of the threats before was also that she was going to go into Mexico and not return, Judge. So that, Your Honor, is the main concern that my client has, being what his employment is, that he's going to be unable to retrieve the child if the child is taken to Mexico and not returned, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Castillo, Ms. Gomez, in your case, cause number 2025 FLE 695C3, the court finds that it has jurisdiction over this matter. The court has heard, I think at 2:56 p.m., the parts of your case that you agreed to. The court hereby adopts and approves your agreement in full and finds that doing so is in your daughter's best interest. When we came back at 4 p.m. and then again at about 4:50, and the court heard the rest of your agreement, the court adopts all of your agreement stated today and finds that doing so is in your daughter's best interest. I guess let me ask you both a question, and that'll resolve this issue for the court. Ms. Gomez, does your daughter currently have a passport?
No, right now, because of the things the father has said and some other things, I have not been able to get the passport or the double citizenship.
That's what I needed to know. And Mr. Castillo, two questions, I guess, two-part, depending on the answer to the first part. Mr. Castillo, have you ever traveled to NT international Mexican destination, including a beach or a resort?
I traveled back in 2018 to Ciudad Juarez.
But that's opposite of what was the purpose of the visit?
It was to visit some family member.
You have family in Ciudad Juarez.
I used to, not anymore, Your Honor.
And did you travel into Ciudad Juarez often?
No, that was just the only time, Your Honor.
That was one time. And was this
was one
before or
time.
after you became a Border Patrol agent?
Way before. I am currently
Ah.
25 years now. I was 18 at the time when I was 28 in 2018.
Understood. But to my original question, have you ever traveled to any international destination, a beach or resort like Cancun, Acapulco, or anything of the Ixtapa or anything, Cabos, anything of the sort?
No, Your Honor. The only time I ever traveled was when I went overseas with the military. I went to Egypt.
All right. So this is the decision that the court is going to make, and please, Mr. Castillo and Ms. Gomez, don't believe for a second that I agree with the decision sometimes that I make. I just give you the decisions based on the facts that you present as the law is applied to your case. So this is the result of your testimony. Before I do, one question. Ms. Gomez, you mentioned a possibility of a halfway meeting point at the bridge. Tell the court what that would look like. I mean, what type of situation could the court possibly order that would be a good idea?
And I was thinking a lot about it. I was thinking of the person that I trust would either take the baby to halfway the bridge or at the very end of the bridge, and that's what I was thinking. I understand that I understand that's the only solution I've been thinking about because I know the father doesn't want. And I've also known a lot of people that have sent their U.S. citizens' children to Veracruz, and nothing has happened. I'm not saying that nothing won't happen. The only thing I want is for my mother to come meet her, travel from Veracruz to see her, to meet her, because the only thing they have is video communication. I just wanted to meet her for a day, for an hour, just for her to meet her.
And when you say come here, I presume you're talking about Nuevo Laredo, but we're here in Laredo. Do you mean visit Laredo, Texas?
Sí, en Nuevo Laredo.
Yes, Nuevo Laredo.
All right. So so this is the result that you get from your testimony, and you'll have to figure out how you work with this result. Mr. Castillo, regarding your request to restrict international travel, there just isn't sufficient information in the record to support that request. For example, there may be a State Department advisory, but the court hasn't seen it, hasn't reviewed it, doesn't know what parts of Tamaulipas are mentioned, whether it's just Nuevo Laredo or the capital city of Tamaulipas. Whether you can go, I understand the limitations that you have, setting aside the issues that happen because you're employed and then have this child now with a person that may or may not have status that the court doesn't still know the answer to. But the fact that you can't go is also irrelevant to whether the child can travel. So the first part of the court's ruling is that your request to restrict international travel is denied. Now, as to Ms. Gomez's request, you can't. And when I say you, I mean all parents in general. You can't give your child to a third party that isn't mom or dad. So if you can't travel to Mexico and Mr. Castillo can't travel to Mexico, you can't just give your child to any other person because there are only two persons that have rights to possess a child in the state of Texas, and that's mom and dad. So if you can't go, she can't go with you. And if dad can't go or doesn't want to go, not going to go with him. So the court orders that both parents are obligated to apply. In other words, it's going to take both of you, not just one. It's going to take both persons to apply for a passport. so that both of you have full control over what, when, where, and how. And then it can only be by agreement, but it can only be if there's any travel out of the country, it's going to be with Mr. Castillo or with Ms. Gomez, unless you all agree to something else. Absent an agreement, this child will not be traveling with any other person. That's what the law says. Any questions on this ruling, Mr. Arce?
No, Your Honor, I've made note of it, Judge.
Any questions on this ruling, Mr. Castillo?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Was everything clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have any questions on this decision, Ms. Gomez?
Ninguna.
Was
Muchas
everything
gracias.
clear?
Yes.
I hope so. I really hope that was stated clearly enough. So the request for restriction isn't granted. There isn't sufficient evidence. However, visitation will not happen unless it's with either parent.
Yes, Your Honor.
And both parents have the right, or should. In other words, one parent can't unilaterally apply for a passport. It has to be both simultaneously. All right. Mr. Castillo, Ms. Gomez, this resolves your case. I wish you both very well. More importantly, I wish your daughter all the best. Good luck to all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Muchas gracias.
No,
Thank you.
orders due date, Your Honor,
Is on.
July 28th at noon by submission.
All right, so ordered. I wish everyone all the best. Thank you. Any other cases for Mr. Arce?
What is your name?
Kelsey Stokes.
This is 25 R 03463. This is a traffic citation that was issued on the 23rd of May, almost 8:30 in the evening, near 4th and Main in Royal Oak. You were cited to disobey a traffic signal. The options are three. You can admit responsibility or deny responsibility or admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
Deny.
Raise your right hands, please. Do you swear, your other right hand, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
I do.
The officer will testify first, please.
Set date and time, observed the defendant driving northbound on Main Street and run a solid red light, drove through the solid red light at 4th.
Fourth Street, okay. Ms. Stoltz, it's your turn.
I was in Royal Oak. I was getting some food and the light was green. And if the light was red, I wonder how did he go through traffic to stop me?
Let's talk about what happened, not what you're wondering.
I was driving and I made a turn and the light was green and he pulled me over and I asked, why did he pull me over? He said, I ran a red light. And then he started to laugh and I said, what's so funny? And he proceeded to write me a ticket saying that I ran the red light.
Okay, and when you turned right off of northbound Main?
No, it wasn't right. I believe it was left.
So you made a left turn. If you made a left turn and you had a green light, and this is at 8:27 in the evening, I would expect that there would have been a lot of oncoming traffic.
Me too.
Typically, driver has to wait for the light to cycle to make a left there. What was your point of observation, officer?
We were south of the vehicle, driving northbound. I mean, I believe that after running the light, she made the left-hand turn at 3rd Street, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so the left turn wasn't made at 4th, it was made at 3rd.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she was northbound. So Ms. Stoltz, the officer didn't cite you for a violation at 3rd Street. The violation was a block before that got the ticket.
It wasn't a light because I was parked, sir.
It wasn't a light because you were parked.
I didn't run a light because I was parked.
You parked in the middle of Main Street?
No, I parked in one of those lots to park. It's cameras. I would like the cameras to
I'd
be
like to
red.
know how you were parked if you're going northbound on Main Street.
When he pulled me over, I was just coming out of a parking spot. I was grabbing my food and coming out of a parking spot. I never passed the light before that, and he wasn't behind me. So how would he see
How do you
that
know he wasn't behind you?
because he was coming from an opposite way.
So you saw an officer coming the southbound while you were going northbound?
He said that he
Oh, I
saw
didn't ask you
me.
what he said. I asked you what happened.
I'm telling you what happened.
Well, you're telling me that you were parked, and I don't know how you park on northbound Main Street.
Okay, I don't know the streets because I'm not from Royal Oak. But I'm telling you what, from my knowledge, what happened. If he saw me run a light the block before, how would he see that if he wasn't behind me?
Your hypotheticals are irrelevant. He
Okay,
wasn't.
sir. I would like to see the camera. I would like to see the video of me running a red light.
Well, the problem, Ms. Stoltz, is the trier of fact is not you. The court is the trier of fact.
That's
And
fine.
I've heard the testimony of you. I've heard the testimony from the officer. And based on the testimony found, I'm very comfortable finding you responsible as cited. Your testimony is not consistent with itself. And the fine on this matter is $150, which can be paid online or by mail or at the courthouse counter, whatever you'd prefer. Thank you. We're done. Ms. Miller has Ms. Abrams. And who's still in the ring. Waiting for that. We have a fun. Ms. Bell, please unmute yourself and turn on your camera.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay.
This is citation 25BE03001. This is a speeding ticket that you were issued on the 15th of June, about 2:41 in the afternoon. Eastbound 11 Mile near Stanford in the city of Berkeley. You were cited 49 and a 30. You can admit or deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
What was the first option again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You can admit responsibility for what you did, you can deny, or you can admit with an explanation.
I was not doing 49 and a
Can you
30.
raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
The officer will testify first, please.
Your Honor, on June 15th, it occurred approximately 2:41 p.m. I was traveling westbound an 11 mile in Scout 47. I observed the above listed vehicle, a 2023 Ford Explorer, blue in color, approaching eastbound at a high rate of speed. I activated my front radar, which was checked in operational at 0700 hours, and checked in service again at 1900 hours when I went off duty. I obtained a high clear audio pitch on the vehicle. The area is free from radio frequency interference, and there were no other vehicles in the radar field. I obtained a speed target estimate of 49 miles per hour, and I posted 30 mile per hour zone. I turned an effective traffic stop on the above vehicle, which had a Michigan plate of 1 Mary Edward David 60, made contact with the driver, the defendant, advised her of the nature for the stop, and cited her for speeding 49 to 30 mile an hour zone.
You are certified to operate radar.
I am certified to operate. Yes, I have been.
Ms. Bella-Lafont,
Yes.
it's your turn.
I don't really have anything else to say. I was told to appear in court today.
You set
or-
up the hearing, man. The court didn't tell you to appear. You called the court and asked for a hearing. That's why you're
I'm
here.
saying when I spoke to the officer, that's what I was referring to at the time. He said that I had the option to appear in court and that if I kept my driving record clean and appeared, he would consider lowering the offense. And that is why I am here.
Well, you took that away from him when you denied responsibility for what happened.
That's exactly what I told him at the time of the thing, that I was not, at the time of the ticket being cited, that I was not going 50 miles an hour or 49 miles an hour at the time. And he said that he wasn't going to argue with me. I said, okay. And that I would go ahead and do what he said by keeping my driver record clean, and that I would appear in court.
Well, the average driver goes 7 years, 9 months between tickets. So keeping your record clean since the date of this ticket, June 15th, is hardly remarkable.
I don't think I have anything else on my record as far as I know.
I'm sure you'd know.
I don't think so. I've been
I
in.
said, I'm sure you would know. I didn't say you had something else on your record. I said the average driver goes 7 years, 9 months between traffic stops. But in this matter, first of all, the officer is certified to operate radar. Secondly, he checked the unit out, put it through a series of tests at the beginning and at the end of his shift. It worked at the beginning, it was still working at the end. He measured the speed of your vehicle as you approached him on 11 Mile Road because it was visibly apparent to him that you were driving at a high rate of speed. He measured your speed on the radar with the radar, and your speed was measured at 49 and a 30. You don't think you were driving that fast. You haven't testified as to what you thought your speed was, but be that as it may, your speed was 49 and a 30. You do believe you're responsible. The fine is $200. You can pay it online or by mail, or you can pay it at the courthouse counter if that's more convenient for you. We're done.
Okay. And how do I pay it online? Do I just go
If you go to allpaid.com, allpaid.com, the court number is 3031, and the rest of the information you need would be on the ticket.
3031?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, okay, I see it.
See it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This is 25 BE 03000. This is a citation that was issued on the 15th of June, a couple minutes before 2 in the afternoon in the area of Berkeley near Woodward and Webster. You were cited for speeding. The ticket was issued at 55 and a 45. You can admit or deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
When he said that I was speeding.
Are you admitting or denying responsibility, ma'am?
It's a struggle going in there. I'm admitting, but I don't think I was speeding because it was so many cars and I didn't know how he lasered me out of the street was full of cars. It was on Father's Day and I wasn't in a hurry or anything to go anywhere. I was just driving down the street and I saw him in the red police truck.
You're admitting responsibility, but saying you didn't do it?
No, I'm saying he said he lasered me and I didn't understand how with all the cars, with the street full of traffic is what I'm saying.
He picks out a target, he looks at it in the sight, he pulls the trigger. That's all.
Okay.
It is very specific. He has to pick a point on the car. He might pick out a headlight, he might have picked out the back of your rear view mirror. If he picks out a spot, he hits it with the laser, and the laser tells him your exact speed and the distance between your vehicle and him at that instant. There just is, it's a remarkably accurate device. He lowered what he cited you for from what would have been a 4-point offense and brought you back down to a 2. He didn't cite you for the 63 at which he measured your vehicle. So you're admitting with an explanation. The explanation is you didn't know you were speeding, but you were. Is there anything you want to add to this, officer?
No, Your Honor.
The 60. I believe that's 135. Yes. That's $135, which can be paid online or by mail or at the courthouse counter if you prefer.
I'm paid at the courthouse counter.
Yeah. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
There we go. Your screen name is iPhone. What is your name, please? You've turned off your sound again. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. What is your name?
Hi. My name is Kimberly Ann Johnson.
Okay, your ticket is 25 R0 3106. You were ticketed for making a prohibited turn back on the 11th day of May, about 9:20 in the morning at 13 Mile Road in Crooks. You can admit or deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
With an explanation.
You're admitting responsibility with an explanation?
Yeah, I don't agree to the ticket. That's what I want to say.
What does not agree to the ticket mean?
Well, I feel like I shouldn't have got wrote in a ticket, sir.
Are you responsible for the infraction for which you were cited?
No, sir.
Yeah, we'll call that a denial.
Okay, thank
Raise
you.
your right hands, please.
Sure.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
It is the truth, yes.
Will it be the truth?
Yes, sir.
The officer will testify first, please.
Your Honor, on May 11th at approximately 9:20 in the morning, I was sitting stationary on Windermere, which is just north of the intersection of Crooks and 13 Mile. I had a very clear view of the entire intersection. I watched as Miss Johnson, as she was traveling eastbound on Crooks, on 13 Mile, in her blue 2019 Jeep Compass. She came up to the intersection, and just prior to the intersection, she stopped under the no left turn sign, the left turn signal, which is blocked out. There's, as I testified prior, there's a no left turn sign at the beginning of the intersection. There's also a no left turn sign at the other side of the intersection, and she made the left turn. I stopped her at Lexington. I spoke with her. She stated she did not see the signs and she was following her GPS. I explained to her that, yes, the GPS would probably still direct her that way because it's not always updated on construction. However, you still have to be aware of your surroundings and look up, and if there's any signs posted for not making a left or a right or whatever it might be, you're supposed to follow those. I came back, I issued her a citation for the prohibited turn, and she was very upset that she received a ticket about it, and here we are.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson?
Yes, I did. I'm an Uber driver, and I had my passenger in my back seat. I didn't see no sign said no left turn. I proceeded over into the lane. I guess it's covered because it has construction, like he stated. I'm not familiar with that process, sir. I proceeded and turned, and then when he pulled up behind me and pulled me over, I asked him and said, "Oh, are you?" He asked me, "Do you know why I'm pulling you over?" I said, "No, sir." I said, "I don't know." And I looked at the gentleman in the back. I said, "I don't know why he's pulling me over." He was stated too. I don't know why he's pulling over. And he said, I had a no turn. I did not see no turn. I was following my GPS, and I did not know if when they covered the light thing, that don't mean you can't make a turn there either.
They had the lane blocked off too, but how long had you been driving on 13 Mile before you got to Crooks?
How long I've been driving on it before I got to Crooks?
Yeah.
From 11 Mile in Southfield.
So you drove past 2 miles worth of no left turn signs.
But
no left turn signs started at Woodward or Coolidge and went all the way to the east to 13 Mile Road. So it's not like you hadn't seen a series of no left turn signs. You passed scores of no left turn signs.
Well, I didn't see, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not even from that area. And like
this
I stated,
is at 9 o'clock in the morning. You probably passed 100 of them.
no, sir, I haven't passed
Yes,
100
ma'am.
of them. No, I haven't. I'm speaking the truth. I have not
No,
passed.
I'm talking about at 9:20 on the 11th day of May, you passed scores of no left turn signs. You drove past them, which
That's
is
not
what
true,
you're supposed to
sir.
do. Man, you just told me that you drove on 13 Mile Road from 11 Mile in Southfield.
Hey, from 11 miles to wherever the gentleman say I turned at, the officer.
No, you didn't. You can stay on 11 Mile and you will never hit 13 Mile, man. You made a left
Okay,
turn off of
let's
13 Mile.
let's make this clear. I'm
No, let's make
advising
this
you.
clear. Let's make this clear.
Okay.
I'm telling you that you passed scores of no left turn signs as you proceeded east on 13 Mile Road from Woodward Avenue to Crooks.
And wouldn't that come into play if I was turning on those different several things that you're speaking of? Maybe I would have noticed those left turn signs. I'm advising you the truth that I didn't see the left no turn sign.
Not seeing a sign is not a defense for violating this.
Well, I don't feel I violated the turn.
Man,
That's just my honest opinion.
right there. There's no way if you missed
In
them.
a civil infraction matter, man, we're
You
not.
let me just inform you, sir, the officer. You sitting there because you
Ma'am,
know that's a
I'm turning it
trap for
over.
people who does not travel in that area. You sitting there waiting for people to
You're
turn around
supposed
there
to
and
pay
make that
attention
mistake
to your
because,
surroundings and
excuse
pay
me,
attention
can
to
I please
signs
finish
that
talking,
are
sir?
posted. We're
No,
done.
no, sir. You sitting there right there.
You're correct. I was sitting there because everybody makes that turn. You're done. This is what I had to deal with on the road after she got a ticket.
Johnson, if you want to unmute yourself, we will be able to hear what you're saying.
I'm saying the officer, young sir, you're sitting in that parking lot
Ma'am,
because
it's not your turn to talk at this point.
okay.
You've testified as to what happened. I understand. You didn't think you were violating the law when you made the turn.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you don't feel that you need a ticket for making a mistake. But that's what a civil infraction is. It's a mistake. It's not a crime. There's no intent to do evil as a requisite element of a civil infraction. You made a mistake. The consequences of the mistake is a fine for $130. It needs to be
The
online
officer,
or by mail.
Excuse me?
No, I'm not excusing you. It's still, I'm speaking. I'd ask you to stop interrupting me. The fine is $130, and that's the fine for the civil infraction for which you are responsible.
Well,
can
Judge,
pay
you don't have to
online or
be
by
rude.
mail, or
You know, you don't have to be rude and disrespectful.
nor do you.
Okay, so the first video, I didn't quite understand her fear of having her daughter around the dad's family. You know, she said they're all men and they're all smoking. Okay, maybe they're all outside. And then I doubt they're all men. I mean, you know, it's a family gathering. There's usually a mix of people. He might hang out with the men because he's a man. You know, that doesn't mean there's only men there. So, and then the one with Judge Villarreal, I just wanted to say one thing about that. He's a Border Patrol agent and his girlfriend is undocumented. How does that work? How is that okay? Why is that okay? It's not okay. And it's not okay for her to take her daughter across the border and then not be able to come back. I mean, the daughter can't come back alone. So that needs to be, you know, watched. The grandmother should come to Texas instead of the daughter going to Mexico. That's just my thought. I don't know why, you know, she could get a visitor's visa and come and visit. I have a friend that lives in Mexico. She's Mexican, and that's what they do. They have a visitor's pass, and they come to Tucson to do all their shopping, and they do it all the time. So it's possible. They don't live here. They don't live in the United States. They live in Mexico, but they come across the border to do their shopping. They get, I guess, a better mix of food or whatever, but they do all their grocery shopping in the big stuff, you know, like going to Costco or something like that. They go to Tucson. And it's all legal, so I don't know why this grandmother couldn't do the same thing. And then the traffic ones, you know, the last lady, you don't have to be rude. Well, she was rude throughout the entire hearing. So, come on. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you another time.